Dangerously Incompetent here with another episode of World of Weak Spots. Today, the Bishop, British Tier 5 self-propelled gun. Now, Dangerously Incompetent, why are you bothering with weak spots in artillery? I mean, plainly this is... They've taken a tank, taken the turret off, slapped a big flat metal box on the top and shoved an artillery gun in it. You don't need to know where the weak spots are. It's obvious. It's that big flat box on the top. Well, you might be surprised, because when they made this self-propelled gun, they actually bothered putting armour on the front. The front of that big flat box is actually quite heavily armoured. 51 mils. Okay, it's flat, but 51 mils for a tier 5 tank vehicle, that's quite thick. So, when the enemy charges you down, comes at you, keep your front at them, because they're bound to shoot you up here. With a bit of luck, you might get a bounce, especially if you manage to angle it a bit. Mind you angle it much, and they'll start shooting you in the side of that big flat box, which isn't very well armoured at all. And the same with the rear. And if you're artillery, ooh, the roof, ooh. But still, that's something worth remembering. Heavily armoured on the front, don't shoot it there. A few weak spots. The slot where the vision ports are. The sloped belt on the front of the hull. Lower hull, oh, it's tiny. You never get a shot of that. Maybe if you're an ELC, maybe, but otherwise for sides, well, the hull's still quite thick, but that box for the artillery gun, yeah, that's quite weak. That's where you shoot him in the side. Unless you can get through that tiny hole in the tracks and shoot at the underside, but that's a bit of a fine shot. Then the rear. There's a belt of 60 on the rear. Nice. But then there's the roof. Although it's sloped, it's so thin. Shoot them there. Or that lovely big back box there. And if you're artillery, and on the top, well, top of the box, top of the engine, top of the box is what you're going to hit. Maybe the slot. What about the slot the gun sticks out of? No, it's still got plenty of armour behind there. So, that's the Bishop. Surprisingly armoured from the front. See you around.